Hello everyone, this is a quick overview of the brand new Amical dashboard. This is the website that you can use to see the list of all of the phone calls that have been made with your Amical devices. You can also use this site to personalize the AI by changing its voice, its languages, and also its personality. The way you can access this website is by going on our homepage, and here you have the button to access to the client portal. When you click on this, you will have this page where you can either log in or sign up. So to log in, you need to use the email that you use when you bought the Amical device. This portal is for paid customers only. Once you're inside, you can change the language. If it's in French, in the top right corner, you have your profile here. You have the list of all of the phone calls that have been made in the last 30 days. You can see how many Amical devices you have as well. When you click on this button here, you will see the full list of all of the calls that have been made. You can see the date and time and duration, but more importantly, there is also notifications of what the system detected during the phone call. So for example, in this call, it believes there's a 55% probability that there was an urgent event during the phone call and that the user had some sort of emotional distress. So if you have a phone call that's concerning for you, you can click on Listen Call here. Here you have the audio player that you can use to listen to the recording of the call. You also have the transcript here. You can click on the speech bubble to access the particular timestamp in the audio. And you can also add some notes and flag some calls for review for us if you believe there was an issue with the AI. Another great thing that you can do here is to personalize the AI for a specific resident. So if I click on here, you will see I have already added my father. The way you can do this is by clicking the Add Resident button here, and then you can add the first name, the last name, and maybe even give them or their family member access to the platform as well. Once you have the resident, you can add a bunch of information about them, like what language they prefer, which gender they are, but also information about their past, their favorite hobbies, topics, even like subjects of conversations to avoid. And then the AI will take all of that information in consideration when it talks to that person. So once you created a profile for someone, then you can click back here and go into the list of devices. So this is the list of all of the Amical phone that you have. So here, for example, you can see I have one in my kitchen, one in my studio. When it's green, it means that the device is online. If it's in red, it means that it's offline. So here I have one device that's online in the kitchen, and this one is for everyone. So this is a device that is for the common area that anybody can use, and the AI inside of it is kind of like generic. If instead I want to move it to my father's room, I can click on this here and select my father and confirm, and then that phone will be personalized for my father, and then I can move it to his bedroom and maybe rename the location and say that this is now in the bedroom. Another thing that you can do is change the language. So we now support over 80 languages, including Spanish, Italian, English, French, and different types of accents as well. So you can just change the language here. And you can also change the companion. So there's a default companion, which is Pauline, which is the one that you know. It's the female voice. But you can also change it for a male voice if you prefer an older voice, a younger voice, and some of them have different sorts of accents as well. And you can listen to the audio preview in order to make sure that you like the new voice before you set it to that specific phone. Finally, some last details is if you have some employees that you want to be able to access the platform, for example, a nurse that you want to be able to listen to the phone calls as well, you can go into this section and add some employees. You can also add relatives of a resident. And finally, this last section is quite interesting. This is the profile of your care facility. And in the bottom left corner is some detail about the location where the care facility is located. So for example, here I am in Quebec. So this is some personalization so that the AI knows it's in Quebec, and so it can talk about the waterfall, it can talk about the castle. And if, for instance, you're in Montreal, then this description will be different and will be personalized to Montreal. And you can delete all of that if you want and modify it so that the AI talks about the things that are interesting in the surrounding of your care facility. So that's it. And the last thing I want to mention is all of this is 100% optional. The Amical phone is going to work perfectly fine out of the box when you receive. We already pre-configure it with everything it needs. So this is more for the power users who really want to keep track of the phone calls or who want to create a more of a personalized experience for the resident. But otherwise, you don't need to worry about any of that. Everything will work out of the box, and this is pretty much just for people who want to go a little bit deeper in the system. Thank you so much and have a good one.